Toastmasters. He's a retired pediatric surgeon. During his 35 years of surgical practice, he saw many happy and inspiring experiences. At times, he also faced some emotional and heartbreaking situations. One of them involved taking care of and supporting patients suffering from failed organs. These patients are incurable and face an inevitable death. The only hope for them is to seek organ transplantation. Today, Prabhakar is going to elaborate on this topic and the issue of organ donation. Speaking from the Competent Communicator Manual, project number 9, Persuade with Power, his title is Gift of Life, Pass It On. The time is 7 to 9 minutes. Please welcome Prabhakar.
7:32, Tuesday, November 19th. This time tomorrow, 12 Americans will be dead. Not because of the gun violence, not because of the car crash, not because of the cancer, but because they are suffering from organ damage, organ loss, and they cannot get the right treatment for that organ. So they are facing death, and they are on the waiting list, waiting for someone perhaps to die so that they can get their organ. So today I'm going to talk to you about what is the extent of this problem, how I was involved in it, and what you can do to help out. So first, the numbers. Do most of you see sort of the figures?
Yes.
This is the statistics given by the government.org for donation, organ donation. In 2000, there were 12,000 donors, 23,000 transplants, and the waiting list was 74,000. And as the years go by, the donors numbers are more or less same. In 2018, just last year, 17,500 donors, 36,000 transplantation, but whopping 114,000 people are on the waiting list. And the lesson from this is, don't take your organs to heaven. Heaven knows we need them here. One of the positive points is that one good, healthy when the person was living, when the person dies, he or she will give 8 gifts of good principal organs. 1 heart, 2 lungs, 1 liver, 2 kidneys, pancreas, and small bowel. And just to give a little more, the skin, the cartilage, the cornea, you name it. So there are lots of gifts given by this person who has accepted to be a donor. How I was involved? During the residency of my training, yes, we took care of the patients, some of them died. We were instructed to talk to the family softly, intelligently, ask them if they could consider donating the organs of that deceased person. Oh yes, sometimes I was scared to ask them even that question, and what would be their reaction? But then you have to learn to use the right attitude. And I was about 50% of the time I did get permission from the family. Yes, in the dog lab, I did one heart transplant on a dog. He lived only for 2 hours. But I was introduced to the process of transplantation. Then later on, as I practiced, I had this similar situation. In fact, one of my colleagues, a classmate from India, who was practicing OBGYN in Ohio, at the age of 70, he got heart condition. Within 1 year, he was breathless, and he was on the waiting list for the heart transplant. Fortunately, after 2 years, he got heart transplant, and he for 5 years. So that was the gift of heart from someone who died at the age of 35. So that's how I got involved with the heart plant subject. And I have been working on this by talking to different people about how this can be promoted and given some more importance. Today, the heart transplant, many people have objections. What am I going to do? Just cut me open and rip up the organs? No, that's not the way the heart transplant is done. We have well-established organ transplantation centers like we have you, Chaplain. When any person is deceased, and if the family approves organ donation, these centers are called, they send a team which has been trained to do the specific job of recovering the organs, harvesting the organs. So they come to the hospital like New Hanover, and if it is my patient, I would get involved in that process by assisting that surgeon, and it is done as a regular, authentic operation. It's done in the operating room, sterile condition. There is an anesthetist who intubates the patient, gives the oxygen, mechanical breathing. There is IV going on. Now, why do we do this? Just to keep those organs. Yes, the person is dead officially, but to keep those organs in optimum condition for transplantation. And the operation is done just like any other operation, very carefully, skillfully. All the organs are taken. They are individually separated by surgical dissection and packed either in the saline or ice and dispatched to the patient people who are waiting for the organs in different centers. So this is all done with care and respect. Now there are a lot of advantages. The family of the donor is distraught, but by giving these organs to somebody else, they have that positive feeling. They have that charitable feeling, and it helps them to grieve and mourn in the right way. The family whose loved one received those organs, they are so grateful, they are so ecstatic. They cannot express themselves the gratitude they have for the donor's family. So these are the positive, possible, good impacts on donors as well as receiving people. And it helps the medical research. It can improve the transplantation process in the future. So what we saw, those 114,000 people waiting, they can be diminished by people who can give the permission for organ transplantation. So Thanksgiving is just around the corner. We're going to get together with our family. We ask for the thanks for the bounties we get. We all have been given this gift of life by nature through our parents, ancestors. So don't let those organs of yours, either buried or cremated, go to any DMV office, fill out the form. Or go to, I have it, organdonor.gov and fill out the form just on your cell phone and be an organ donor. Thank you.